Channel 22 Sports is on the road at Taft High School in Woodland Hills on the inside John Furlong Gymnasium, along with Rashawn Haylock and Rufus Washington and the terrific Channel 22 Sports crew. I'm Lou Stowers. It is game 2 of the Division I CIF State Regional Finals against the Leuzinger Olympians and the number 4 seed Taft Toreadors. And Rashawn Haylock, this is a great matchup today. You look at these both rosters, and it's like looking at a mirror image.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of these teams, long, athletic, Division I prospects all throughout the basketball court tonight. You know, these two teams played earlier in the season. It was a very close game in the semifinals of the Westchester High School tournament. A Spencer Dinwiddie 10-foot jumper with just 3 seconds left gave Taft a slim lead, but it was the usual Leuzinger basketball team. They got off to a slow start, but they were able to bounce back in that second quarter. But later in that game, they squandered a 7-point lead with just 2 minutes remaining. The guard play has been shaky for this Taft team throughout the season, and you hope, if you're a Leuzinger fan, all these beautiful fans behind us, that this pressure of Leuzinger will be able to get to these Toreadors here tonight.
And these Taft Toreadors, they go about 8-9 deep.
Yeah, they do. They go about 8-9 deep, led by Bryce Jones and DeAndre Daniels. Daniels, a Texas commit. Jones, signed, sealed, and delivered. He'll be going to USC. He didn't even play varsity basketball a season ago. He played on the JVs after transferring in here to Taft because of eligibility reasons. He had to play on the JVs, but he is an absolute stud. One of the top 100 players in the nation, depending on which recruiting index you look at. And he's a guy that's looked on to carry the scoring load for this Taft team tonight. Expect for him to have a big night. Leuzinger's going to have to locate number 15.
There you go. And the Taft Toreadors are 6-0 here at home. Leuzinger Olympians are 5-0 on the road. And Rufus Washington, the last time that these two teams got together, DeLon Wright was injured, so they haven't had a taste of all ways.
They haven't had a taste of the line yet. That was the 3rd game of the season. Early in the season, Lou, it's a whole new season now. Guys who were sophomores are now juniors. Guys who are seniors are now college freshmen, quite frankly. But it should be a good game. Rashawn was talking about they've got to keep an eye on 15. If you follow the Olympians, you know that they've got to keep an eye on number 1, number 5, number 22. All right, they got a couple of guys.
Number 15.
And now number 15 that they got to keep an eye on if you're Taft. Will be a great game, though, and really what it's going to come down to for the Olympians, again, is to get their legs back under them. They've got the greatest crowd support in the history of Leuzinger basketball here tonight, and the question is, can they ride that wave back to another win here in the state playoffs?
Now, what about Amir Garrett? He looked like he severely injured his ankle against the other team the other nights, but he's out there playing, put a brace on it, put a tape on it, put an extra sock on, and said, let's get this thing rolling.
You're exactly right. Amir Garrett is ready to go, fans. Don't worry about that. We talked to him early on. He said he was fine. Talked to assistant coach Chris Young. He said he was fine. So we can expect to see Amir go at it tonight.
Both of these teams have 25 wins. We're going to find out who is going to move on in the Division I State Regionals. Coming up next on Channel 22 Sports. Back here at Furlong Gym, where the Toreadors and the Olympians are going to get going here. And this is the state regionals. The winner gets the winner of Mater Dei and Rancho Verde, as it gets tougher as time goes on. And that would be Saturday night. And the Toreadors are about ready to be introduced, as well as the Olympians. And it's good to see the Olympian faithful travel. And I'm anxious to see how Amir Garrett does, and he really has brought the Olympic attitude to Leuzinger High School's basketball team.
Absolutely has, Lou. With the heart of an Olympian, we saw him go down 2 nights ago. Thought he might be out for a while, but he's here and ready to play tonight. Sprained ankle and all.
A big 91-79 win over Washington. Akil Quinn had 31 points. And DeLon Wright had 25 points. A 19-10 second quarter after trailing 21-16. A terrific ball game by those Olympians. And Taft defeated Loyola 66-65. And that was on a block shot at the buzzer by Jason Gathers on Tony Rublicki. And Jason Gathers is a transfer from Loyola High School.
A 3-year player at Loyola, came over here to Taft for his senior year and wanted a W more than anything else.
And here is the national anthem. Well, they had to pipe it in. No Lima Sakuna for the Toreadors.
Right.
But that's not at Lou House. Just about ready to get things underway. And these Toreadors were the runner-up to Westchester in the City Division I playoffs. And they were the 2008 champions. So that's a high-quality basketball team here.
Well, it's a high-quality team, Lou, and it's a high-quality program. They have been perennial powers in the city section for years.
And all of the Olympians are being introduced now. You see DeQuincy, or let's say Chasen Williams being introduced. There's Tayshawn Burton, Jerry Halligan, and the rest of the Olympians. Jerry Blakes. And now here is the starting lineup for the Section 1A champion Leuzinger Olympians, 25-6. Actually, they are now introducing the non-starters for the Toreadors. They would be Dominic Lewis, Mark Jackson, Sam Natt, Kerry Williams, George Idahan, Sean Mack, Stephen Maxwell, Kevin Johnson, Brandon Perry, and Jordan Gathers. So the Leuzinger Olympians have won 21 games in a row. And now the starting lineups for the Leuzinger Olympians. Number 1, the point guard, a 6'4" senior, DeLon Wright, averaging 13 points a game. Number 5, a 6'3" senior, Akil Quinn.
The reigning POG.
That's right. Number 10, Colroy Gordon, a 6'3" senior. And number 15, the sophomore, Jaquan Green. And the 6'6" junior guard, the center, I should say, from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 22, Amir Garrett. The Olympians are coached by Reggie Morris in his 8th year, assisted by Chris Young, Kevin Posey, Victor Martin, and Mike Crumbride. Like we said, the Olympians are 25-6, ran the table in the Bay League 10-0, and are 5-0 on the road.
And of course, the Toreadors did the same thing in their league, Lou. And again, right now, as the coaches say, every coach that's in the playoffs at this point knows that you're playing the best of the best. There are no weak spots anymore. You got to come with your A game or go home.
And with the starting lineups, number 22, Landon Drew, the point guard, a 5'10", 150-pound senior. Next up, the other guard, number 24, Spencer Dinwiddie, the 6'3", 160-pound junior. In the middle, their big man, 6'8", junior, number 21, DeAndre Daniels. And this is the man to watch here, number 20, 6'4" senior, Pearson Williams, their 3-point shooter. And the leading scorer, Bryce Jones, a wing, a 6'5" senior, averaging almost 17 points a ball game. The Toreadors are coached by Derek Taylor in his 10th year, and he is assisted by Ken Banks and Jason McCreef. The Toreadors are 25-5, and they ran the table 10-0 for first place in the West Valley League, and they are 6-0 at home.
And they're 6-0 at home, but I gotta give props to the Leuzinger crowd, man. If the game comes down to who's got the most crowd noise, the Olympian crowd are pumped here in T-House that they're trying to turn into Lou House on the road.
Now, just looking at the players before the game during warm-ups, Rufus, it seemed like the Toreadors were a little looser than the Olympians. And they did have a long bus ride, Leuzinger did, coming up from Lawndale to Woodland Hills, not in miles, but in time, because Absolutely. Of the 405 and the 101 and the 10 and all that fun it brings.
You know, and you're exactly right, Lou. I happen to come there with the team, but I think they'll settle down as the game goes along. We talked about it before. They are used to this. This is not new to them.
Our officials, the referee, Ray Thompson, Otis Stokes, and Bill Gaither. Thompson ready to put the ball in play with Daniels and Garrett ready to jump the ball. And the ball comes down. Daniels tips it, but it goes to Colroy Gordon, and we're underway here at Furlong Gym. Gordon has it. Leuzinger in their new navy blue uniforms. Amir Garrett has it, testing that ankle out. Now gets it over to Quinn. Gordon whips it around to DeLon Wright, catching the ball for the first time. Gordon with it.
Leuzinger working the perimeter right now. Who hasn't taken an inside look yet.
And a long two-point shot will go down. Garrett has the rebound, kicks it out of bounds, and it will be Leuzinger ball.
Fortunate break for the Olympians there.
So what, I know you talked to Derek Taylor, what type of defense are the Toreadors running?
Well, they do a little bit of everything. Man-to-man, half-court. Colroy Gordon, though, says, "D this."
There's no defense for the bomb from the left wing. Colroy get things going as he had 4 points against the Toreadors back in December. Three-point shot by Williams will go down. A rebound is taken back by Williams, and a foul going the other way.
Huge call against Pearson Williams. Boy, already we see a change in how officials are viewing certain kinds of contact. 2 nights ago, that would have been a blocking call.
This officiating crew is from the Foothill Citrus Division, so that would include Glenn Dora, who Leuzinger knows well. DeLon Wright going through traffic, goes himself, and now we have a player control foul the other way on Wright.
And DeLon acknowledges it himself on the call.
Okay, so they're testing out the waters and seeing what the guys in the striped shirts are going to be doing. And again, we are right amongst the Olympian faithful. They're still coming in.
They're still coming in. I got a feeling we're going to be calling this one standing on our feet tonight.
We're going to have to get up there with EC, Eric Chavez, our lead camera person. Now the ball is out to Dinwiddie. Williams now to Dinwiddie, who's calling the plays. Being guarded by Jaquan Green. Dinwiddie with it. And we have a foul on Gordon. That was on Daniels he was guarding. So Roy getting his first personal, and that's the second team foul on Leuzinger.
Another thing about these teams, Lou, in talking to Coach Derek Taylor earlier, these teams know each other. They scrimmage against each other. They play against each other in spring league. And, of course, once the regular season got started, they went up against each other. So there's no secrets here to be had.
Landon Drew, whose big brother plays in Carolina Blue. And now the pass is over on the wing. It's off of the backboard. A shot taken, blocked away by Amir Garrett and taken away by Jaquan Green. Good block by Amir Garrett. I guess that ankle's feeling okay right now. Gordon going down the lane, backing his man in, off the glass, no. Rebound to Daniels. Back they come, looking like a point guard, the biggest point guard there is, and he is fouled. And forcing the issue is DeAndre Daniels, so he'll get 2 shots at the line. Man, what a player he is.
That one's on the keel. That'll be his first of the game.
That's the third team foul already. Daniels going to the line to shoot 2. 64% from the line. Looks pretty good there as he gets the Toreadors on the board. 3-1 our score. Colroy Gordon with the big 3 to open it up for the Olympians, but the Toreadors are playing lockdown since then. Second one is good for Daniels, who has 2 more, averaging almost 14 points a ball game, leading with 10.3 rebounds a ball game. Gordon from a bad angle. Shot goes off the mark. Daniels with the rebound. Outlet pass to Drew. Has the ball tipped away by Wright. It'll be out of bounds, Taft.
Drew, of course, the baby of this bunch, Lou, as a sophomore, 5'10", 150-pound sophomore. One of the things that Rashawn and I were talking about earlier, looking at the stats, their guards are turnover prone.
Williams, actually that was Williams, yep, and he misses the shot, the easy bunny. I guess he could only make him from downtown. DeLon Wright with 3, it's a little short, rebound is off, Garrett's there. He says here, this is how it's done, little bit off the mark and rebound off to Williams. Gets it to Drew, back comes Taft with 5:30 left to go in the first quarter, down by 1.
Neither team having much success right now finding the bottom of the basket.
Daniels goes up for the shot, partially blocked, gets his own rebound, does he? No. Rebound is tipped by Gordon to Wright. 5:15 left to go in the first. Akil Quinn, ball fake, long 2-point shot, rims in and out. Both teams looking to find the bottom of the bucket. Williams along the baseline, in and out, rebound is tipped and taken by Jones. His shot won't go down. Pierce with the rebound, and that's blocked away by DeLon Wright. Rebound is taken by Gordon, and did we get a timeout? A 30-second timeout called by Leuzinger.
Good timeout called by Reggie Morris. Didn't want to lose the possession. Colroy trapped over in the far corner. The timeout bails him out.
But Leuzinger gave Taft, or I should say Taft earned 3 shots right there in that possession.
Taft got 3 shots, but Taft didn't make any. So if you're Leuzinger, you won that stand, and that's what it's going to become, Lou. It's going to become a game of possession by possession.
It's going to be a good one. Already is being a good one. Looks like, you know, I said that the Olympians looked a little tight. Now, just looking at the Toreadors, they look a little tight too.
Exactly. I mean, look at the number of shots Pearson Williams has already missed, and we sat here and watched him in the pregame knock down 3 after 3 after 3 after 3, and right now he's already missed 4 or 5 inside shots, let alone from the perimeter. His 1 perimeter shot, he missed that as well.
Although DeAndre Daniels, Rashawn Haylock tells us, has 4 rebounds already. And we're not halfway through. Akil Quinn is on the run, gets it to Chasen Williams. That shot's blocked by Daniels. Boy, he's been a force, but the ball is tipped by Wilson. Wright has it to Williams. Look out, Williams. Now over to Gordon. Wanted to take the shot, thinks better of it, but he traveled with the ball. Looks like he double dribbled first.
somewhere in there he lost his footing, and that caused the travel.
You know, this floor is a little slippery. It's a little slick. It needs a little work. No, it's not a new floor.
Well, this is what they call a facility that has a lot of personality.
There you go. Ball is out of bounds off of Bryce Jones. So a turnover by the Toreadors. It'll go to the Olympians. Yeah, I saw the volleyball team. They must have had a practice in here before the game. But what a lot of history here in this gym, that's for sure. With 4:17 left to go in the first quarter. Akil Quinn trying to get away from the pressing defense. He's double teamed, needs help. Gordon helps him out. Passes it underneath, tipped away and stolen. Back comes Taft as the ball is stripped out of Daniels or Dinwiddie's hands. It'll be Taft ball, and Tayshawn Burton will come in the ball game for Colroy Gordon.
Good play by Colroy, just getting an early rest here at the 4-minute mark.
Still 3-2. This has been like a heavyweight fight where a bunch of jabs are being thrown. Just want to see what the other guy's going to do, who's going to blink first. 3-point shot taken, and that goes long by Drew, and the rebound is taken by Williams. 3:50 left to go in the first quarter. Williams has it, goes up for the shot, bounces
Wow.
a little long. Nice open look for Williams. Now here comes Jones. Jones passes it off. Count it. He'll go to the line for the and one. That's DeAndre Daniels.
So Daniels with the basket.
Amir Garrett gets the foul. So that's 4 for Daniels. And the Toreadors take the lead. And he'll try to go for the and one. As Daniels is 2 for 2 already, a 64%er on the season. 3:38 left to go in the first quarter. And so far he's perfect from the line. So it's a 5-3 lead now for Taft. Quinn gets it to a wide open Williams. Look out below. Man, oh man, as soon as Williams got some air, it was like a hawk swooping down on a little baby chick.
Absolutely was. He had, and they called that foul against Bryce Jones. So Chason with an opportunity to shoot 2.
Chason, a 58% free throw shooter, was 2 for 2 against Washington, as he had 8 points, scored 13 against Taft back in December. That one is short. And boy, how important are free throws going to be in this ball game?
They're going to be real important. Everything is going to be important, as we've seen. Both teams awfully tight here in the first quarter. Only a combined total of 8 points after 4.5 minutes of play.
This one's short as well, so lots of tension out there. Williams chasing the ball down. It goes out of bounds off of Chason as he was fighting Bryce Jones for the ball. So 3:28 left to go in the first period, and you know the tension is reaching all the way up here, even the fans are feeling it.
Absolutely. Leuzinger's defense now picking up full court zone defense.
The travel, I believe.
10-second
10-second violation. How about that?
That's one of those turnovers that we talked about. As I mentioned, their guards, their backcourt players are turnover prone. Both had over 60 turnovers over the course of the season.
And against Loyola, they had 7 turnovers, so good ball game for Taft the other night. 3:08 left to go. Leuzinger with the ball, down by 2. Amir Garrett has it. That ankle should be warmed up. Going against Daniels, takes the off-balance shot, won't go down. Rebound is taken by DeLon Wright. Gets his first bucket of the game, and that snaps a 5-0 run by the Toreadors. Look out. Williams almost stole the ball away. Nice pass to Daniels. He went in for the slam dunk, but getting hammered underneath is Amir Garrett. What sprained ankle?
What sprained ankle, but Lou, that's 2 fouls on Amir Garrett here in the first quarter with 2:43 left. Coach is going to have to protect him with the 2 fouls here for the rest of the first half.
So Daniels going to the line again. And that's 6 points for him. He scored all 6 points, Rufus.
Now you got a bit of a matchup problem because you got 6'8", DeAndre Daniels, and the question is who's going to guard him?
I believe Tayshaun Burton said he was going to take it. So 7 points for DeAndre Daniels, and a travel underneath by Williams as he was knocked off of the ball, but the travel was called. So that's the second Leuzinger turnover with 2:39 left to go in the first. 7-5, Leuzinger trailing. Now Jordan gathers in the ball game for Taft. He has the ball. The big hero in the game against Loyola. Daniels double team, and DeLon Wright gets the steal. That's the 4th turnover by the Toreadors. Wright gets it over to Burton for 3.
Hey, Tayshaun Burton on his way to Jackson State.
And that gives the lead back to, look out, here comes DeLon Wright. Slam dunk off for the steal. Wow. And back underneath, but a whistle. DeLon Wright with an electric steal and dunk to put the Olympians up by 10. And now Ray Thompson is talking to DeLon about something. Don't know what that would be.
I think that probably, well, I didn't see it. If he's talking to DeLon, you would think it was perhaps about taunting, but I didn't see DeLon do anything.
Maybe hanging on the rim, but there no.
Well, you can hang to protect yourself.
Yeah, and he had to, that's for sure. Look out below, nicely done. That was by Bryce Jones with 2 points, and he gets Taft within 1, 10-9. Burton, though, with a big shot. He wasn't making anything in warm-ups. And now Gordon goes in, takes a little bunny. That will go down. Rebound is being fought for, chased down, and it's taken by Landon Drew. Back comes the sophomore. Nice pass to Gathers, lays it up and in. And Taft takes the lead back by 1, 11-10. Williams goes down the open wing.
That's a block. Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
I got to agree with you.
The referee, Bill Gaither, called that as a charge on Chason. I saw block all the way. Landon Drew slid in under him. Never had position. Official didn't agree, though. Foul goes against Chason. That's his first.
Reggie Morris, the coach of the Olympians, just with a big smile and kind of shakes his head and gives a look. So 1:13 left to go. And there's got to be, now they're going to call a block the other way. Chason looked like he was set. So what's the, so they call it Gordon.
They called it on Colroy, and now that's Colroy's second foul.
And now, Rufus, the Olympians are out of fouls with 1:10 left in the first. Wow. Okay. Gathers makes the first one. Gathers is a 60% free throw shooters. Gordon out of the ball game. In early is Gary Blakes. But because of 2 of Olympians, Garrett and Gordon with 2 fouls, you got to sit him down. Now it's 13-10. The second free throw is good by Gathers. Full court pressure by the Toreadors. Right, long pass to Blakes, who is open. Now has to get rid of Jones, can't do it, gets it back out to Quinn. Williams from the baseline. Big shot by Chason Williams.
Chason steered that one home, that's for sure. Makes it a 1-point game with under a minute left in the first.
Daniels looks like he traveled, takes a 3-point shot, won't go down. DeLon Wright gets the rebound. Now it's a 3-on-2 break, 4-on-2. Tayshaun Burton goes up. He'll get 2 shots at the line, forcing the issue.
Tayshaun did the exact right thing. Let's see who they give the foul to. They give it to number 21, DeAndre Daniels. So they got the foul on the guy that they wanted. They went right at the big man. Exactly the right thing for Tayshaun Burton to do.
Well, taking that a little bit of that football mentality, looking for the number 1 guy and give him a little knock. 63% from the line, Tayshaun Burton. Misses that one. And Mark Jackson comes in for Stephen Maxwell.
Leuzinger right now struggling at the line, leader 0 for 3 in the contest so far.
Tayshaun looking to tie the game up, and does. Ties it up at 13. Tayshaun has scored 4 points in a row for Leuzinger. Ball is along the baseline to Daniels, puts it up and in. Nice pass along the baseline for those 2 teams, for those 2 players on Taft, I should say. And now it's 15-13. Ball almost stolen. Quinn gets it. 18 seconds and a foul. Is that a foul on Jackson? Yep.
That's a foul on Mark Jackson.
4th team foul for the Toreadors. Now Gathers is talking to Coach Taylor like they're old buddies, giving a fist pump to each other. Okay.
And now you got a couple of Olympians here in with the last 16 seconds. Coach Morris.
Marshawn McMahon in the ball game for the Olympians.
And down is Gathers. He caught an elbow.
Ball is down to Chason Williams, over to Burton for 3, just missed. Rebound is up. Williams gets the rebound. 1 second left to go. And Robinson picks it up. but the horn sounds before he can get a shot off. And it's a 2-point lead for the Toreadors as period number 1 ends here in the Division I second game of the Division I State Regionals.
After a slow start, Lou, with 4 minutes left in the quarter, between the two teams, they had only scored 8 points. Over the balance of the quarter, as we now stand at 15-13, they've scored 20 points between the two, so they got started. It took a while, you're right. It was like a heavyweight fight. I mean, they were checking each other out left and right, and I think they finally settled in. Of course, for the Olympians, the big story in that first quarter was the foul trouble. Colroy Gordon with 2 and Amir Garrett picking up 2.
Leading scorer DeAndre Daniels has 9 points to lead all scorers. Pretty balanced for the Olympians. Dawn Wright and Tayshawn Burton with 4 points each. Daniels has 5 rebounds, and DeLon Wright has 3 rebounds to lead the way. Glad you joined us on Channel 22 Sports. Huge atmosphere here. Everybody's here, even Anthony Foster, the bus driver.
William Ward is here. Folks are going, well, who's William Ward? I'll tell you later. Don't worry about it.
So the Toreadors will inbound the ball. It'll be Landon Drew. Marshawn McMahon still in the ball game for Reggie Morris and the Olympians. Ball is circled around. Daniels has it. Now gets it over to Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie tried to get a pick from Daniels. Passed it off. Now gets it back for a 3-point shot. A little long. Rebound is off to Chasen Williams. Williams passes it off to Akil Quinn going up against Gathers.
Chasen having to play the post position right now.
Good defense by Gathers. Gets it over to Williams and slipped on that center part of the floor. 3-point shot by Quinn. Off the mark. Tayshawn Burton puts it up and in.
Tayshawn on the inside. Boy.
He's got to be big underneath with Garrett down with fouls. And now the Gathers has it. Gets it over to Jones. Raises up for 3. Buries it. Bryce Jones now with 5 points. And it's 18-15 in favor of Taft. Williams has the ball against Jones. Ball is blocked on the shot by Quinn. And back comes Daniels. DeAndre hugs the ball, puts it up. No, rebound is put up and in. And I believe that was Mark Jackson.
I think it was.
Now it's 20-15 as Howard Robinson has the ball. So Taft on a little bit of a run here, Rufus.
A little bit of run against the deep end of the Leuzinger bench.
McMahon gives it back to Akil Quinn. As DeLon Wright's been sitting down for a long time too, Rufus. McMahon for 3, long. Rebound is tipped out, and back comes Mark Jackson. Gets it over to Drew, lays it up and in.
Coach Morris is going to need a timeout soon. He's got to get his subs in, and he can't wait for a dead ball. Let's see if he chooses one. He's bringing all of his big guns back, Lou. DeLon, Colroy, and Amir.
Burton goes down the lane, lost the ball, picked it up and laid it in. He says, well, if it's open, I'll take this one. And that breaks a 6-0 run. 22-17. Leuzinger trying to get back on track. Ball is tipped from behind by Akil Quinn and a foul by Quinn.
Well, let's see, no, we got a stoppage of the clock. No indication of a foul yet.
Didn't look like one, but yep, they're lecturing the clock keeper down there at the scorer's table. DeLon Wright back in after a long rest, Rufus. Wonder if he's okay.
Well, I'm sure he's okay. What coach was doing was buying time for all of those guys, but now he's got 4/5 of the starting lineup back on the floor. Tayshawn Burton, the member who not normally is there, Jaquan Green has been starting of late, but Tayshawn a much better player.
Jackson a long 3, no. Amir Garrett pays dividends right away. Looked like he was tackled from behind by Bryce Jones, no call. Akil Quinn will slow it down a little bit. Over to Garrett, going against Daniels. What a matchup that's going to be all night. 5:19 left to go in the second quarter. Wow. Long, bad pass by Gordon, taken away by Jones. Jones waits for his team to get back on side with 5:09 left to go in the half. 22-17. Taft over Leuzinger. Now the ball is taken by Jones from the baseline. Off, bad shot off of the backboard.
So Leuzinger defense holds on that trip up the floor. Now they're looking to see if they can get something going offensively, trailing by 5 with
Ball
4
is tipped
seconds left.
by Jackson, and Jackson tried to no look it back into the middle of the lane for Dinwiddie, but Wright was right there to knock it away.
And now Coach Derek Taylor chooses to take a timeout, and quite frankly, I think his use of that timeout really is going to aid the Leuzinger Olympians. They were in need of one. He'll have the ball down underneath their basket, but Leuzinger certainly appreciates that timeout call.
And Leuzinger rocked a little bit in the first quarter with 2 personal fouls by Colroy Gordon and Amir Garrett, but Tayshawn Burton has been the bright spot with 8 points.
And they've still got a long ride to go, Lou, to get to halftime, hopefully with Colroy and Amir still only with 2 fouls. Whether that will happen remains to be seen as we watch the next 4:42. But for right now, Coach Morris had no choice but to bring them back, but they were able to get a pretty good rest.
And again, the winner of this game goes to the regional semifinals against either Mater Dei or Rancho Verde.
Well, obviously, Mater Dei is the #1 host seed down here. So if they hold court at home, then the game will be held at Mater Dei. Whoever wins here tonight, if Mater Dei wins, has to go to Mater Dei.
All right, so now it'll be Wright, Quinn, Gordon, Garrett, and Burton. Jackson, Dinwiddie, along with Daniels, who has this ball right now, takes a 3-point shot and had it wide open. That's too easy. He has a dozen points now, Rufus.
Yeah.
And now it's 25-17. DeLon Wright gives it to Burton. Wanted to take the 3. Now whips it down low to Wright. The shot was blocked and taken away by Daniels.
Daniels not giving up anything on the inside.
3-point shot by Williams back in the game, and you can't let him get heated up. That's his first shot, first basket made. And a 6-0 run on 2 shots by the Toreadors. It's 28-17.
And Leuzinger down by their largest deficit of the playoff season at 11 points. They've been without a basket for a long time, Lou.
Trying to get back in rhythm. Gordon slashes into the wing. Quinn has it, dribbles in, takes the shot, and makes it. The Keels' first bucket of the game, and how big is that? 28-19. Bryce Jones tucks the ball away and gets his 7th point of the game. Now it's 30-19, an 11-point lead again. Quinn trying to get some rotation out of the Olympians. Garrett now against Daniels.
Nice spin move by Amir to go up to the basket. Daniels pleading his case, but the foul call is going to go against him, and now he has 2.
Well, the fake right, spin left move. And who was that foul? You sure that was on Daniels?
No, in fact, they gave it to Pearson Williams, so scratch it off of Daniels and give Pearson Williams 2.
Okay. So going to the line to shoot 2 is Amir Garrett. Doesn't have any points. He's a 73% free throw shooter, averaging 16.9 a game. Had 11 points against Washington. Makes the first run. That's his first point of the game. They really need him to get going. Back in the ball game as Jordan Gathers in for Bryce Jones. Now Quinn and Garrett talking a little bit of strategy there at the line with 3:20 left in the first half. Amir scored 17 against Taft in their first meeting in December. Rattles that home, now has 2 points. And it's a 9-point Toreador lead. Full court pressure going to be employed by the Olympians this time down.
Garrett comes off again, trying to conserve those fouls. Chason Williams comes back on, and Leuzinger now picking up full court.
And the steal attempt is missed, and Dinwiddie comes, tries to take the shot, does. Rebound is off. Falls right.
You gotta slow it.
Gordon with the rebound.
Every possession counts, Lou. You can't play before you think about what's happening.
Right for three, just a little bit wide. Now back over to Gordon. Gordon dribbling down off the wing, and it's blocked out of bounds by Daniels. He looks at Gordon and says, not in my bowl of dog food.
And that doesn't bother Colroy a bit. You keep doing the same thing. That's because you're going inside. You keep attacking, Pretty soon you're gonna make the big man fall into one, and that's exactly what you want to have happen.
So they're resetting the shot clock at 30 seconds. 2:58 left to go in the half. 30-21, Leuzinger trailing, and they have the ball. Ball is inbounded way out front by Akil Quinn. Now DeLon Wright has it. Over to Gordon. Gordon gets his man in the air, takes a two-point shot, it's a little long. Rebound. Williams gets great position, puts up the shot, blocked by Daniels again.
How many blocks does Daniels have tonight?
Well, he missed the dunk. Tayshaun Burton coming back. Here comes Tay. Stops, looking for his point guard. One of them anyway, needs a little bit of help. And the ball is stolen, tipped away actually, not stolen by Williams. And wonder how many blocks Daniels has.
Wow, a bunch.
At least a half a dozen.
Exactly. We'll start at 6 and keep counting.
There you go. He has 6, okay. Now Rashawn's gonna be a little busier now. Gonna keep track of blocks on Mr. Daniels. Now Tayshaun Burton gets it to Gordon. Underneath to Quinn. Williams with the rebound.
Chason Williams, big bucket for Chason there. Draws the Olympians back within 7 with 2:06.
He is playing with tenaciousness as usual. And now bringing it across is Dinwiddie, gets it to Gathers. With 1:55 left to go in the half, 30-23, Leuzinger trying to push back. Williams has it, wanted to go baseline, and now Gathers has a wide open three. It's long. DeLon Wright with the rebound, back they come. With 1:40 left to go. Tayshaun Burton for three, a little bit long. Rebound to Wright, gets it over to Quinn. Quinn, double team. Gordon from way downtown.
Oh, fight for Colroy Gordon.
Did he call glass?
He didn't call it, but he'll take it.
He was in the Rouse parking lot across the street from Winnetka.
Olympians back within 4.
1:15 left to go in the half. A 4-point ball game all of a sudden. Leuzinger's on a 9-0 run, Rufus. We'll check that, make it a 9-2 run, and we have a whistle.
Boy, you talk about a touch foul there. That was about as touchy as you could get. As a matter of fact, the offensive player initiated the contact. Coach Reggie Morris asked for an explanation from the umpire, Otis Stokes. Seems satisfied with the explanation that he got from the official.
Tayshaun Burton with his first personal, and that's the 8th team foul.
Of course, that means that's a 1-and-1 situation for the Toreadors of Taft High.
Sam Nats, check that. No, that's Jones, and he rolls it out. Bryce Jones with the rebound going to Quinn. Back comes Gordon across the line. Spread defense by the Toreadors. It's been tough to break for the Olympians with under a minute left in the half. Burton slashes in the wing, gets it back out to Gordon for another three.
Oh, Lord Gordon with another triple.
A 1-point ball game now with 42 seconds left in the half, 30-29.
The loser Olympians have fought their way back from being down 30-19.
And a slam dunk by Bryce Jones. That snaps the big run by Leuzinger to get back in it. And that was a 10-0 run by Leuzinger to get back in the ball game. They trailed 30-17, 30-19.
30-19. Shot clock off now with 24 seconds left. I think if you're the Olympians, you run this down inside of 5 seconds before you take that final shot.
And they can tie it. if they take a three or take it in deep and get a foul. Now 10 seconds on the clock. Gordon has the ball blocked off of his foot, and it goes out of bounds off of Drew.
Olympians fortunate there, Lou. They're very fortunate to maintain possession here. Once again, you want to run the quarter out here. Whether you get the shot or not, you don't want any more damage.
3 seconds left as Wright puts up a long three. He almost made it, Rufus.
Almost made it, drew some contact, didn't get a foul call, but what more can you expect? They say home court's worth 3 points, and that's the 3 points that the Toreadors of Taft are enjoying right now. But a great, great run by the Leuzinger Olympians. If you ask me, psychologically, Taft has to be just a little bit worried. They got Leuzinger's key guys into foul trouble, took an 11-point lead. Leuzinger, in turn, though, over the last 4 minutes, held them to 3 points, made a heck of a comeback.
All right, Rufus, and we'll go get the official scoring, and we'll be back with the third quarter action right after this, and maybe an interview by Rashawn Haylock before the third quarter, right after this on Channel 22 Sports.
Welcome back to Taft High School at the half. Taft leads Leuzinger 32-29. Rashawn Haylock here, joined by Coach Morris. Coach, there was this period in that first half where you had Amir and Delon all on the bench. How do you think your team responded during that stretch with foul trouble?
We just play basketball. I mean, it doesn't matter who's on the bench. The guys in practice, we trust them every day. They got to be ready to play.
What was your message to the group at halftime?
That we need to continue to be the aggressor, or we got to try to be more aggressive on offense and on defense. I thought there was a time where we allowed them to get up in us a little bit, and we didn't get them off of us. We got to be aggressive. We got to take away those baselines on defense.
A two-part question. Defensively, would you like to see more pressure against their guards? And two, is the pace to your liking?
The pace could be a little faster. The pressure, we could do a little bit better, but I thought we did well early.
And best wishes in the second half, Coach. Thanks a lot. That's Coach Reggie Morris. He's saying the pace could be a lot faster right now. At the way we're going right now, we're looking at a game in the 50s or the 60s. Leuzinger usually like those games up in the 70s or the 80s to be successful. Lou, send it back over to you for the second half.
All right, thanks, Rashawn. Good words there as Reggie Morris, Rufus, said that the Olympians need to be the aggressor and wants to see the shift from second gear into third gear as far as speed goes.
Well, we know they got third gear, fourth, and fifth. I mean, we've seen this team all season. We know their capabilities. They get a break here as they get possession to open the second half.
Gordon leading the Olympians with 9 points, and DeAndre Daniels leads everybody with 12. Amir Garrett turnaround, actually that's Jason Williams with it, and the rebound by Daniels is knocked off, and back they come. 6 rebounds and 6 blocks for DeAndre Daniels as well. We're switching sides here. Pierce Williams with a 3-point shot, in and out. Rebound is off to Williams, and back comes Akil Quinn. Looking for the tie this time down, maybe. As Akil Quinn looking for the tie. Off the mark, but look out below as Garrett didn't care about his ankle there.
No, he did not, Lou. That tells us that the ankle is A-OK because he came flying through the air.
With 7:21 left to go, and they're trying to turn up the heat a little bit. 11 points for Bryce Jones and 2 rebounds. 2 rebounds for Mark Jackson. Cutting in is Daniels and gets it in. And DeAndre Daniels has been a monster, 15 points, and that extends the lead to 34-29.
More importantly, Lou, no foul call there on Amir Garrett.
Garrett puts up the shot and a foul that time, and that'll go against Daniels.
Now that is Daniels' second foul officially.
And the first team foul going to the line to shoot 2 is Amir Garrett. And Amir with 2 points and 4 rebounds. All of his 2, Rufus, have come from the line. So he is yet to get untrapped as far as getting his first bucket. Been tough going around the 6'8" DeAndre Daniels. Now it's a 4-point game with just underway here. 1:02 gone in the third quarter. Jason Williams starting the second half, along with Gordon, Garrett, Quinn, and Wright. I talked to Russell Westbrook Sr. And even said the shoes were donated by Russell, and the uniforms may have been donated by DeLon's brother.
Jorrell.
So it's a 3-point game again. 6:45 left to go in the third quarter. And a push called on Gordon there as he's playing tough defense.
It may go against. All right, and it does.
And that's number 3 on Roy. So it'll be out of bounds, and Gordon will take a seat. Nope, he's got to stay in. And the buzzer sounded, Rufus, but DeAndre Daniels got the inbound and fired in a 3.
And also, they nearly had 3 men on the floor. 6 men, I should say.
Gordon forces the issue, can't get the sweet roll. Rebound is off, taken by Williams. Williams, and now the outlet to Drew. Drew up and under, no. Rebound snatched out of the air by Chasen Williams. Quinn to right, pull-up jumper.
Wow, DeLon. Now, if he gets it going, Lou, look out.
Now, DeLon, that's his first bucket since the first quarter, Rufus. Bringing the ball across is Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie gets it to Drew. Down low to Daniels. Puts up the shot and puts it up and in as Gordon and Williams are guarding him. He now has 20 points, Rufus. And now Garrett gets it over to Williams, who has 9 rebounds. That shot is long. Rebound is off to DeAndre Daniels. Over to Drew. Back to Jones. Off the glass, no. Rebound taken out of the air by Quinn. And now Garrett, but a foul is called on Dinwiddie.
And the problem with that foul, Coach Marshall is saying, hey, you know, with what else you've been letting go, why not let that one go? My man had a breakaway slam dunk.
Yep, Amir Garrett was licking his chops going away. So a 4-point, check that, a 5-point ball game. Chasen Williams with 9 rebounds. Ball is to Williams, goes along the baseline, gets it to Quinn. Spins, gets around to Daniels, but Bryce Jones is there to make the block. Amir Garrett goes up and under. He'll go to the line for 2. Forcing the issue on Daniels. No, they get Bryce Jones. Okay. Daniels was throwing a hissy fit down there thinking he got his 3rd, but he breathed a sigh of relief.
And when a guy throws a hissy fit because he think he got the foul, that's because he know he fouled.
What do you really think, my friend? 6-point lead for the Toreadors. Amir Garrett is 4 out of 4 from the line. And there's the Stowers jinx. Sorry, Amir. But he's a 73% free throw shooter, the leading free throw shooter on this team. Probably getting close to 190 free throws on the season. Makes the second. He has 5 all from the line and makes it a 5-point ball game with 5:09 left in the third quarter. Full pressure court defense by the Olympians. Drew double team. Pass is blocked and stolen by Tayshaun Burton. Burton wants to go down the lane, tried to feed Wright, but I think Burton thought Wright was going to go up with the ball. With 4:56, DeLon, I don't think, was ready for the pass.
Right, and Wright actually, DeLon.
Stolen by DeLon. DeLon goes around Williams, and that's the jump ball.
And that's the call by the referee on the play. Jump ball. Ray Thompson, that's how he saw it. That's what he called. The Leuzinger crowd obviously not agreeing with that call.
X-ray vision by Thompson because he was blocked by DeLon Wright. He was behind Wright when he made the call. Williams gets it over to Drew for 3. No. And the rebound is tipped around and taken away by Bryce Jones. And a timeout by Derek Taylor, the head coach of Taft High School. A 30-second timeout with 4:38 left to go in the third quarter.
Boy, and that's when you've got everybody getting into it now. We got about 1,000 officials in here, Lou, but only 3 of them, as they say, wearing stripes. But most of the other 997 not real happy with the work of the three that are doing it. But if you ask me, I think they're doing a fine job in a highly competitive ball game.
It certainly is. 39-35, Leuzinger trying to get some traction here on this slickery floor. That's easy for me to say.
Right.
And leading the way, 20 points for DeAndre Daniels.
Still lots of basketball time left. Over 12 minutes left in the contest. Olympians only down by 5 at this point. Their largest deficit of the game, of course, 11 at 30-19.
And then ripped off a 10-0 run to get within 3. Jones from inside the lane. That was easy. He now has 13, Rufus. It's 41-35. Check that. They call it 34. It is 34. Amir Garrett against DeAndre Daniels. Goes down the lane, has the ball knocked away and stolen. Here comes Jones flying in for the dunk.
They're losing it back down by 9 again. Their largest deficit, 11. They've got to slow down, protect the ball just a little bit, and maybe rub some guys off screens.
And Daniels going for the steal, knocks it out of bounds. Doesn't care about the 2 fouls. So it'll be out of bounds right in front of Reggie Morris. So Tayshaun Burton will inbound it to Akil Quinn.
Ooh.
Almost did an over and back.
Actually caught the ball in the front court and went back court, Lou. Caught a break that time, not having the call go against him.
DeLon Wright with just 6 points. Gets it to Quinn, who has just 2. Check that, 3:45 left to go in the third. Quinn, now 5 seconds on the shot clock. Takes the shot, buries it. He must have heard me. He says, I only got 4. 43-36. Drew, bounce pass to DeAndre.
Wow.
And he bumps with Tayshaun Burton. It'll be a foul on Tayshaun.
Blocking foul, non-shooting foul. It should be baseline out of bounds.
That's the second personal on Tay, second team foul. It'll be inbounded along the baseline with 3:29 left in the third and a new 35 for the Toreadors. Inbounded to Daniels. Daniels against Burton, lost the ball, and it's stolen away by Williams. Chasen forces the issue, scoops it, no. Rebound, no. Rebound fought for, DeLon Wright has it. So Quinn with it now, trying to slow things down. 3:10 left to go in the third quarter.
Great man defense being played by the Toreadors.
Garrett for 3. Is he fouled? Or was it a long 2?
Well, he was fouled. Let's deal with first things first. Looks like they're going to get a foul at number 22.
Landon Drew, his first. And I didn't see how many shots they were going to give him. He may get 3 here. He's going to get 2? Okay.
The indication is 2.
That was a long 2 then, Rufus. So Tayshaun misses the first one.
Actually, that's Amir at the line shooting.
Accept that. Sorry about that. Amir, 5 out of 7 now from the line. Jason Gathers in the ball game for Landon Drew for Taft. Makes the second one now with a half a dozen points. 43-37. 6-point lead for Taft, and that pass was tipped but taken back, and Gathers gets into some trouble, and the ball is stolen by DeLon Wright. Spins around Gathers,
there you
almost
go.
lost
It's a
it.
good call.
But
Gathers begging, stop begging, son, accept what you got.
So that is the first personal on Jordan Gathers, the 4th team foul. Check that, the 5th team foul on Taft with 2:49 left in the third quarter. Chasen Williams back in the ball game for Polroy Gordon this time. Garrett gets the inbound, going against Bryce Jones, and a travel.
That was a good call, good call, good call.
So no basket. DeLon Wright with a long shot from the baseline. Wouldn't go down.
So Leuzinger's defense forcing turnovers, Lou, but they're not able to capitalize on them.
Daniels wants to fly in, misses the dunk, and a personal control foul, or is it out of bounds?
No, just out of bounds.
Now Garrett says, okay, I guess I got to be a little wider somehow for you guys to call it. But at any rate, it's out of bounds. Leuzinger's got to make that, but the shot is blocked, a three-point shot blocked by Dinwiddie. But
one official overrules the other and says it's going this way. Good piece of officiating there, as Gathers had a better look at the call. He was standing in front of it.
Now Derek Taylor has given the official grief. And now Chasen Williams goes up for a long two. Rebound is tipped out by Chason Burton, tipped out of bounds by Akil Quinn.
Shot way too early in the shot clock. Leuzinger again trying to get their shooting stroke going. A difficult night shooting for the Olympians. Just not able to get the stroke going. Shots that they would normally hit simply are not dropping tonight.
So trying to dry up the perspiration on the floor with a tennis shoe. There's Bill Gaither. Long pass, and that's underneath the bucket. Bad pass thrown away by Daniels, and life is given to the Olympians again. Akil Quinn gets it to Burton at the baseline. With 2:14 left to go in the game, or the third quarter. Down underneath to the
that's a foul.
And that's going to go against Bryce Jones. That should be number 3 on Bryce.
Good pump fake that time by DeLon to get Jones up in the air, draw the foul, gets a chance to go to the line to shoot 2. Boy, they've been stuck on 43-37 for a long time now.
So going to the line to shoot 2 is DeLon Wright. His first chance at the line is 64% foul shooter. 43-38. Amir Garrett will sit down. Roy Gordon back in for the Olympians. So DeLon now with 7 points. Now with 8. That makes it a 4-point ball game.
Holroyd with the 3 fouls as a guy who has to protect. There's another, yeah, that's a whole foul. Now we'll be in the bonus shooting 1 and 1. And that should be, they're going to call it 1 and 1. Quite frankly, it was near an intentional foul, Lou. That foul on Gathers.
So Jordan Gathers, it is the 1 and 1 now for Tayshaun. Jordan Gathers with a frustration foul after Tayshaun stole the ball away from him. So for Gathers, that's number 2 on him, 7 on the team. And Burton.
You talked about it earlier, Lou. Now free throws become important. Wow. Just over the front lip of the rim.
It doesn't have to be pretty. As Chasen Williams comes out, back in is Amir Garrett. The chess match continues between these two fine coaches.
And right now, with 2 minutes to go in the third, we're right back where we started this quarter at, a 3-point ball game.
Tayshaun trying to make it 2, and he does it. A lot of free throws being made by Leuzinger here in this quarter. Under 2 minutes left to go, a 2-point ball game. This is the closest Leuzinger's been in quite a while. Gathers, puts up a shot, puts in the runner. Snaps the long run by Leuzinger and has 6 points now. A whistle underneath.
And DeLon will go to the line to shoot 2. So Leuzinger attacking the basket and drawing fouls.
Is that on Bryce Jones?
Didn't get a good look, but it is on Bryce Jones, and that's number 4 on him.
He has 15 points, Rufus. What a valuable person he is on this team. And going to the line is DeLon Wright, 2 out of 2 with 8 points.
Two-shot foul, less pressure on you Those are the ones you got to make. You know you got the second one coming. DeLon misses the front end.
So with 8 points, trying to get it to a 3-point game again, misses.
Wow.
Rebound is off to Williams. Williams hands it off to Drew, and a shot clock.
Well, let's see what happens. We'll keep an eye on the clock. The clock got 32. Have no idea what that call was.
Okay. Landon Drew against DeLon Wright for the moment. 3-2 defense shown by the Olympians. DeLon Wright, let's watch him fly in.
DeLon Wright with the slam dunk.
It's a 2-point ball game again, Rufus.
And DeLon makes up for the 2 missed free throws. And again, the pressure comes out on Drew. They know they got easy pickings with Drew. He's a sophomore. One day he'll be a great player, but right now he's not. And Leuzinger knows that, and they're going to work him.
1:12 left to go in the third quarter. A 2-point ball game on the slam dunk by DeLon Wright. His second slam tonight. And I'll tell you what, these Olympians are trying to fight their way back in. Have had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 chances at the line. And have missed 1, 2, 3, 4 of those shots. So 8 out of 12 in the quarter.
That's 66%. That's 2/3 of them.
And the ball will be inbounded right in front of Derek Taylor, the 10-year coach of Taft. 1:08 left to go in the third quarter.
Right against Drew.
Yeah. 2 future pros possibly, huh? Jackson with the ball. DeAndre Daniels.
Oh, no. Wow.
And a call again made from a bad angle. That's the 3rd personal on Amir Garrett and the 3rd team foul.
And they had it set up, Lou, that the Leuzinger defense now starting to give Taft a whole lot of problems. But Amir Garrett with 3 has got to play it conservatively the rest of this quarter.
1-3-1 zone shown by Leuzinger. His work so far here in the third quarter. Ball tipped away by Garrett. Saves it to Tayshaun Burton.
Slow it, Cole Roy. Slow it down.
37 seconds left in the quarter. Tayshaun Burton goes along the baseline. Oh. No, we're going the other way. Tayshaun better turn around. That's 3 on him. 4 team fouls.
I don't like that call at all, Lou. I got to tell you, hate to say it, but I simply do not. I thought Tayshaun had the angle to the basket. But now the Leuzinger coaching staff has got to stay composed.
So nobody has a towel in this building, huh?
Coach Reggie Morris doing a little bit of everything, but I think he's taking advantage of the opportunity to get out there and get a word. You see him and the referee, they're going at it. That's Ray Thompson having a couple of words for Ray. You know, anybody in here could have clicked that spot up, but Coach did it himself because he wanted to talk to the official.
Okay, and I think he did, but just by that frustration. And I don't think they were talking about a house cleaning.
No.
30 seconds left in the quarter. Shot clock is dark. Toreadors going for the last shot, I'm sure. More of a man type of a defense. Still a 1-3-1 shown by Leuzinger. Daniels against Burton. 15 seconds left. Shot, or the Jackson spun around, but are they going to call a foul?
On Akil Quinn. He wasn't shooting. Now he's going to say he's shooting. There was no shot, buddy. Wow.
Akil Quinn gets his second personal.
There absolutely was not a shot attempt on that play whatsoever. Okay.
With 9 seconds left, and Jackson getting to it the line with 9 seconds left. First one is made. A 3-point game now. And that's the first point of the game for Jackson. Mark Jackson 5 out of 6, 6 out of 7 on free throws. Doesn't get a whole lot of time. And now DeLon Wright has it with 6 seconds left. Needs a little bit of help. Gets it out to Colroy Gordon. Puts up a shot. He was fouled by
yes,
Jackson.
He was.
No call. Did he get the call?
Yes, he got the call, even though Jackson of Taft didn't think he fouled. That one was easy. Colroy's going to go to the line to shoot 3.
So he has a chance to get the Olympians within 1. As time expired, does he see it on the replay, Rufus? What do you see?
Well, you see a foul, clear, by Mark Jackson on Colroy. Colroy with the bailout attempt. Wow.
So he misses the first one. And makes the second one by the hair of his chinny chin. Colroy, an 81% free throw shooter. Makes 1 out of 3.
Colroy has to keep his chin up right now, though. Can't worry about that. Interesting enough, we are where we ended, where we started at. As I said before, at 2 minutes we were at this point, we're still 3-point ball game. That means Leuzinger on the road basically has played them to a standstill.
Can't ask for anything more than that, Rufus. A terrific ball game by 2 terrific teams. And Leuzinger just trying to get something going here to see if they can't get over that 3-point hump. Just want to thank our camera people today, Francisco Castillo and Eric Chavez. As always, Tom Strickfadden. Rashawn Haylock is here on the scene, on the prowl. He's the mayor. He could be governor, Rashawn Haylock. You know, is there anybody in this building he doesn't know?
Nobody. Now, not everybody knows him, but he knows everybody.
Oh, poor Rashawn.
Rashawn, the best. Folks, bar none. This isn't build up, this isn't puffery. The best sideline reporter in the game.
Well, you
right
said it.
Now,
extraordinaire.
Haylock.
Remember, he was pulling out numbers. We didn't want to know where he was pulling them out from.
Right. Leuzinger will have it to start the 4th, little boy. Another big opportunity for the Olympians here.
As they start off with the ball in the 4th quarter, Amir Garrett has it, wanted to go baseline, spins, puts it up and under and in. That's his first bucket of the ball game, Rufus, and it's a 1-point game. Imagine that, Tayshawn's first bucket of the game. Now Drew gets it to Jackson. Wants to go up and under on Garrett and pretty much had free reign because of Garrett's foul trouble. Now Burton wants to go in. He does.
Good no call by the official. Drew there trying to draw the foul.
And now a 3-pointer by Jackson. That's long. Rebound has to be chased down. And Larry Drew took it.
That's a travel.
And Daniels with the bucket there.
You had an illegal dribble and a travel on the same play against Taft. Neither one called.
6:55 left to go in the game. Burton spun it again over to Garrett. No, gets his own rebound, puts it up. Yes. They need to get him going, Rufus. A 1-point ball game, and I think Amir knows it's winning time. 7 rebounds for Amir Garrett.
Awakened.
Long 3-point shot put up, no. And that was by Dinwiddie. Rebound goes out of bounds. It's a team rebound for Leuzinger.
Team rebound for Leuzinger. They're down by 1, 6.5 left.
And Leuzinger can get the lead back for the first time since the first quarter.
Wow.
When they led 3-2. So let's see. Amir Garrett finally starting to wake up. Did Taft wake up the sleeping dog?
I think they may have, Lou. They may have.
Akil Quinn only has 4 points himself. He has a wide open wing, but it's blocked out of bounds. Is that 2 shots?
On the hand check from behind.
And that's on Dinwiddie. And now we're in double bonus time, Rufus. So Akil Quinn needs to make some hay here at the free throw line.
I'll bet you Mark Jackson for Taft is a tackle or a tight end on the football team.
6'4", 210 pounds. If I was his coach, I'd say, son, you can play wherever you want. First shot missed by Akil.
Leuzinger not able to cash in at the free throw line, Lou. Boy.
Now they can
right
tie
now.
it up, though. Akil Quinn, 82% free throw shooter, the leader on this team. And shows you why there. Now with just 5 points, Rufus. 51 all. Got a brand new ball game here at Furlong Gym at Taft High School. Jackson falls down. How? Ooh, my goodness. Did he just call a foul on that?
He called a foul
on Tayshawn Burton. That's number 4.
And the official is indicating there's a slick spot on the floor.
There is. That's why Jackson fell down. Just because he falls down doesn't mean you have to call a foul. So Burton will have to sit down. Williams will come in with 6:07 left to go in the ball game, in a tie game. And I was telling you that this floor might come into play. You see the paint is worn down underneath both baskets. As DeAndre Daniels has it, passes it over to Drew, is wide open, decides to hang on to it.
Drew not much of a threat to shoot from the outside.
5:50 left to go in the ball game, and a timeout called by Derek Thomas, or Derek Taylor, I should say. It's a full timeout.
Now, psychologically, Taft finds himself in the same position they did 2 nights ago against Loyola in a tight ball game. I think this weighs on them a little more than it does the losing Olympians. They know they got away with a break. They got to ask themselves, can lightning streak twice? But I don't think they want to be in this position. But they've had every opportunity to put this losing Olympian team away, and they haven't been able to do it so far. And with 5:50 left, we're knotted at 51. So 5's a while right now.
And again, Amir Garrett has 10 points. Only 2 of those are field goals. Akil Quinn, who scored 31 points against Washington, only has 5. And Delon Wright, who scored 24 points against Washington, has 10.
And any one of those 3 guys, including Colroy, can bust loose in a moment. And that's what you haven't seen. And here's the other thing they've done, Lou. They've played DeAndre Daniels here in the second half a lot more effectively than they did in the first half.
Now the 1-3-1 zone has been very effective for Reggie Morris and the crew. Dinwiddie had it, has it. Now Drew, back over to Dinwiddie. Williams couldn't get the 3 because of, now it's 3 seconds left on the shot clock. 2, Jackson puts up a shot. The prayer is answered.
At the buzzer, Lou.
6 points for him. And that snaps the tie. He's living right. Akil Quinn almost dribbled it on the center line, but gets it to Chasen Williams. Goes down the lane, has a shot blocked by Daniels, taken away by Daniels. Now it's to Drew, over to Jackson. Blocked away by Garrett, but Daniels has it. Blocked away again, but a foul call. And now Amir Garrett dinged up a finger.
Well, we hope it's a finger. It's a digit, whatever it is.
Well, yeah, they don't have a get well card for that one, but that was the foul, the personal foul on DeLon Wright. Going to the line to shoot 2 is DeAndre Daniels. DeAndre is 7 out of 7, or check that, 5 out of 5 from the line. And that's when the jinx works in the favor. So it's still a 2-point ball game. Mark Jackson goes out. The bull in the china closet for the Toreadors. Spencer Dinwiddie back in. A miss. 2 misses by Daniels. Let's remember that at the 4:59 mark.
Got to get it across.
To Gordon. Gordon, double team, testing out the waters, gets it out to Quinn. 18 seconds on the shot clock, 4:44 on the game clock. Down by 2, they can at least tie it this time down.
Akil says, let me take him.
Gives it to Roy, spins, takes a shot off the mark, rebound is off, taken by Garrett, puts it up and in.
Here, Amir Garrett inside with the basket. No quit.
And he used his body very effectively.
And the silent assassin, Amir Garrett.
He said, I'm not going to do the flying dunks, but I'll do what I can. That's what he told me before the game. And he's doing just that now with 12 points, 6 of them here in the quarter.
Losing the defense needing to come up with a big turnover here, Lou.
Dinwiddie for 3.
Wow.
A 3-point game as Gordon wanted to get it back, but wants to take time out. And the ball almost got away, but DeLon is in the right place at the right time.
Come on, Cole Roy.
3:45 left in the ball game. A 3-point Taft lead over Leuzinger. Gordon goes down the lane, underneath to right, nicely done. And a timeout taken by Reggie Morris and the Leuzinger Olympians. Terrific pass by Colroy Gordon.
Terrific pass by Colroy after 2 near turnovers by Colroy, so he owed his teammates that one.
You are on fire tonight, partner. 56
like
to 55.
I got 4 eyes to look at it with, so I can see it real good.
3:31 left to go in this ball game. 1 timeout left for Taft, 3 for the Olympians. Both teams are out of fouls. Leuzinger's in the double bonus.
You couldn't ask for any more. And right, Leuzinger's in the double bonus. Taft is in the 1-and-1.
And this has been a heavyweight bout all night long. No team, actually, the biggest lead was by the Toreadors back in the second quarter at 30 to 17, or 28 to 17. And then Leuzinger ripped off a 10-0 run to get back in it.
They certainly did. That was the time they could have packed it in, but they didn't, and now they find themselves in a 1-point ball game. The lineup on the floor, Akil Quinn, Amir Garrett, DeLon Wright, Tashawn Burton, and Chasen Williams.
All right, let's see what the Olympians have for the Toreadors, and vice versa with 3:25 left in the game. Ball underneath to Daniels, puts it up and in. DeAndre Daniels now with 24 points, Rufus. Quinn gets it to Garrett. And DeLon Wright got run over by Bryce Jones. DeLon gets the ball. 3:04 left in the game. 20 on the shot. 3-point ball game. Amir Garrett for 3. Little long. Rebound is blocked by.
No! No!
And that should have been Olympian ball, but it's called Toreador ball. .255 left to go, and the Olympians need a steal and or a stop. Dinwiddie passes it over to Drew. Wright trying to do everything he can. Dinwiddie back to Drew. Now they're trying to drain some time off of the clock as Daniels comes and sets a pick for Dinwiddie. On the mismatch, Garrett is on him. Cross-court pass skipped now over to Daniels for 3, in and out. Rebound is tipped to Jones, but is stolen away by Burton. No call there on anything. Back come the Olympians, who got the stop.
Chase on, find your guys. Chase on. That's not the shot you want. That's not the shot you want.
Jones comes back for the Toreadors. And a foul called on Chasen Williams, even though the ball was dribbled right at his shoes. So Chasen with his second personal, 8th team foul, and the 1-and-1 for Bryce Jones. Williams comes out of the ball game. Gordon back in with 2:11 left.
It's a tough game to call. This crew has certainly done the best they've done. Obviously, the losing Olympians will not be happy, win, lose, or draw. When they leave here tonight, they'll feel like they got the short end of the stick. I don't know. All I know is that they probably have an argument.
And the other end is missed on that one, so 16 points for Bryce Williams, and it's 59-55. Garrett had a wide open baseline, but now he'll go to the line for two, and Daniels goes running the other way with the ball. As he gets called for his third personal, seems like he has about 9.
Which could easily be a delay of game call.
So Amir going back to the line. Has been money in the bank at the free throw line. Can make it a 3-point ball game again, Rufus, with 2 free throws.
Well, he can make it a 2-point ball game if he makes 2.
You're right. It's those overnight hours I've been keeping, but Amir Garrett with the miss. Timeout by Reggie Morris with 2 minutes left to go and a 4-point ball game.
Well, what's the free throw situation right now, Lou, for the Olympians? I mean, boy, you talk about it being a factor in this game. It certainly has become one, and unfortunately in a negative way for the Leuzinger Olympians. Well,
unfortunately for me, I don't have the totals yet. Amir Garrett is now 7/8 out of 10 from the free throw line, has 1 more to go. DeLon Wright, 2 out of 4. Akil Quinn, 1 out of 2. Colroy Gordon, 1 out of 3. Tayshawn Burton is 3 out of 4. And Chasen Williams is 0 for 2. So doesn't seem to be that bad.
No, but
it just coming down the stretch, everything is magnified. So now the official, Otis Stokes, says, come on, we got to play some ball here. Breaks the huddle for the Olympians. What is Reggie Morris telling his Olympians?
Well, he's telling them to hang tough, keep their composure, keep their focus right now. Still a lot of basketball time. That's the first thing. Players, especially at this level, tend to, get a little bit tight. They see 2 minutes on the clock. Man, that could last another 15 minutes.
And Leuzinger in a nail biter for the first time in a while. Trailing by 4 late in the ball game. We've been doing a lot of these Olympian games. Don't remember a situation like this in the 4th quarter in recent memory. Garrett misses the second one, but the rebound is stolen by DeLon Wright. And it's stolen right back by Dinwiddie. And the ball is a jump ball, possession arrow. Does it face the Toreadors?
And it does.
Well, at least no foul was called.
No foul, and Leuzinger gains possession of the next alternating possession call.
With 1:49 left and 25 seconds left on the Taft shot clock. Ball is inbounded to Daniels, going up against Burton, and we're going to get a foul called on Tayshawn.
And that'll be all for Tayshawn.
So Tayshawn, the 6'4" senior, finishes, fouls out at the 1:46 mark. And he finishes with 12 points.
Coach Morris knows, here's a bit of coaching, Lou. This 5th foul on Tayshawn. Coach Morris knows he has 20 seconds to make the substitution. He calls his players over, utilizes that 20-second interval as a timeout. So that saves one for him on the board. We don't have an indication of how many each team had. Yes, we do.
Yep.
Leuzinger has 2 left, and Taft only has 1. So a good piece of coaching by Reggie Morris here to use that substitution as a timeout.
So I was mistaken. That was Bryce Jones on the baseline to foul out Burton. His first shot is in, and that was 17 points. Makes it a 5-point game. So we'll get the other one of the 1-and-1. And rattles this one home. Now with 18 points. 61-55. Can Leuzinger pull this one out? They have 1:40 to do it. 28 seconds left on the shot clock. DeLon Wright trying to get going. Colroy Gordon hasn't had a bucket since the second quarter when he had 2 3-pointers. Amir Garrett goes up and puts it in. Amir with 14 points now, Rufus, and a timeout on the floor with 1:24 left in the fourth quarter, 61-57. It's a full timeout for the Toreadors.
Actually, Reggie Morris called a timeout. They had 2, now they have 1 left, okay? And they're going to use it the rest of the way, but they've got a minute 24. Wants to set the defense here, Lou. Great timeout call by Reggie. They've already forced a 5-second count and a 10-second count here. So they know that they can pressure these guys. They can get a turnover. Things are looking pretty good for them.
So leading the way for the Toreadors, 24 points for DeAndre Daniels, 18 points for Bryce Jones, 12 points for Amir Garrett, or check that, 14 points for Amir Garrett, 12 points for Tayshawn Burton, and 12 points for DeLon Wright. And also 10 points for Colroy Gordon. And the Olympians are going to have to shake that bottle to see if there's one more lightning bolt in it.
And DeAndre Daniels has not been out the entire game yet. He doesn't look like
he's been the man for them, that's for sure. Pierce Williams trying to inbound the ball. Finally does, just barely. As Dinwiddie has the ball tipped by DeLon Wright, stolen by Wright. Wright wanted to go for 3, but now waiting, skips it over to Gordon. Gordon comes along the baseline. Gordon down underneath the basket. Back out to Quinn. Wright now to Garrett. He'll go to the baseline, puts it up and out. No! Gets his own rebound.
There's a foul in there.
DeLon Wright will go to the line for 2. With 56 seconds left. DeLon Wright with his 7th rebound. So DeLon Wright with 12 points goes back to the line.
And that foul's number 5. That's on Dinwiddie. Well, they change it now to number 20.
That's on Pierce Williams. That's his 4th. And Wright uncharacteristically misses it with under a minute left. I can tell you this, in the fourth quarter, the Olympians have missed 4 free throws. 61-58, 56 seconds left, 13 points for DeLon Wright. Full court pressure by the Olympians, tipped out of bounds by Amir Garrett, trying to convince Otis Stokes that it was his ball. He says, no, it's Taft's ball, and now we have a whistle. Gathers says something to Daniels and Garrett.
Well, he tells him to watch the contact, and that's what a good official will do. Leuzinger trying to draw the 5-second count, and he forces Taft to use their last timeout, Lou. Taft now is completely out of timeouts with 56 seconds to go, nursing a 3-point lead. Let's see how that comes into play.
So terrific defense as Taft brought everybody up. Leuzinger had everybody up, and then Daniels released, but Pearson Williams couldn't find anybody and had to call the timeout. So the Leuzinger defense doing its job. It's the offense that needs to somehow squeeze out 2 possessions in here.
Or at least 1 and force an overtime.
There you go, down by 3. So it is a 1-possession game.
They can afford to play good defense. With 56 seconds left on the clock, Taft will have the full shot clock at 35, but Leuzinger only needs to play good defense. They do not need to foul.
All right. 1 timeout left for Leuzinger. No timeouts left for Taft. Leuzinger in the double bonus. As well, Taft will be in the double bonus if and when they are fouled next time. A 3-point ball game, 61-58 for Taft in the quarterfinals of the Division I State Regionals. Pearson Williams looking for somebody to pass it into. and finally gets it into Drew, and he is fouled by Colroy Gordon. That's his third personal. So now it's double bonus time.
Excuse my French, but apparently Leuzinger has decided to make it a free throw shooting contest. I don't think they should have given the foul. Coach Morris knows his team a lot better than I do. I thought you played good defense. Go for the stop and take the last second shot. Now you give them a chance to extend the lead out to 5, or if they make one, miss one, get another possession.
Drew, a 73% free throw shooter, misses the first one. He has 2 points. Is the leading assist person on this team with almost 5 assists a ball game. Averaging 6 points a game. Just a sophomore.
A lot of pressure for a sophomore.
And makes this one. Now has 3 points. Now it's a 2-possession game.
And Leuzinger needs a quick score. They can't afford to eat up too much time in the shot clock.
46 seconds. DeLon has a wide open wing, puts it up.
And he's fouled.
He'll go to the line for the and one. With 43 seconds left in the ball game, Akil Quinn can make it a 1-point game. It's 62-60. 15 points for DeLon Wright. And DeLon needs to make this. They have not been making their foul shots, their free throws here in the fourth quarter. And makes this one with 16 points for DeLon Wright. It's a 1-point game. Leuzinger has scratched and clawed its way back to within 1 point. Dinwiddie now. Now we have a whistle. And we have a push. Is that
they call it on Colroy, and you got an official that is 45 feet from the play who makes the call.
And that is it for Colroy. He fouls out with 39 seconds left. And with 5 points. What a ball game. So going to the line to shoot 2 will be Taft to try to extend the lead to a 3-point game. It'll still be a 1-possession game with 39.5 seconds left. Spencer Dinwiddie, who has 3 points, will get 2 shots.
And Jaquan Green comes on the floor for Colroy Gordon. Remember, Tayshawn Burton is fouled out. Colroy Gordon is fouled out.
4 points for Dinwiddie. And it's a 2-point game, 63-61. Jaquan starting.
The rebound right now is big here, Lou, if it comes off.
It does, and DeLon Wright comes up with it, and back they come. A 2-point game, 35 seconds left, and the 3-second difference on the shot clock. And Akil Quinn has it blocked, but Jason Williams is there to put it in to tie the ball game up.
Now you need to give the quick foul. Now you need to give the quick foul.
Now Dinwiddie with 17 seconds left. DeLon Wright going after him. Dinwiddie, 10 seconds. Dinwiddie down the baseline, blocked away by DeLon Wright and out of bounds with 8.9 seconds left, and it'll be Taft ball.
Oh, but it's a tie ball game. My bad. I'm calling for the foul. My bad. I owe it to the Leuzinger Olympians somewhere in there.
So now 8.9 seconds left to go.
Wow.
The hair is up on the back of everybody's neck. My palms are sweating. The officials are trying to keep all of the sideline and baselines open.
I owe the Leuzinger Olympians an apology there. I completely lost track of the score, Lou. It is a tie ball game at 63 all, 8.9 seconds. You're right. If you're Leuzinger, you're playing first-rate defense right now. no fouls.
And that's what DeLon Wright did. The Olympians still have a timeout left. I think if the Olympians get the ball, they're going to call timeout. If there's any time left and they get it back. So now let's see the tenacious inbound defense by Leuzinger. Dinwiddie inbounds the ball to Jones. 7 seconds left. 5 seconds, gets a pick from Daniels. Jones with 2, puts up a 3 for the win.
Whoa.
And the Taft Toreadors storm the court as Bryce Jones cans a 3-point shot to defeat the Leuzinger Olympians 66-63. And what a thriller at the end.
As we see Coach Derek Taylor come over to congratulate Reggie Morris. They had it set up. That shot thrown up from downtown. Lou, there's not a lot you can do about that. That was from about 23 feet out. And boy, it hit nothing but the net at the buzzer. So therefore, Taft, yet again, give them credit. The Toreadors at home, boy, in the Leuzinger Olympian season.
Wow, what a ball game, Rufus. What a finish. And it was a terrific effort by the Leuzinger Olympians, who had to fight the road and a 6'8" D1 player in DeAndre Daniels, who's just a junior. And also Bryce Jones, who ends up with 21 points, and none bigger in his life than that 3-point shot at the buzzer. And even the Leuzinger Olympian fans that have come all the way here, they're giving their props to number 15, Bryce Jones, the 6'5", 175-pound senior, who averages 16.6 points a ball game. And that is his 27th three-point shot of the season. And what a ball game it was. 66-63. Leuzinger comes up just short, but you got to tip your hat to Bryce Jones.
You got to tip your hat to Bryce Jones and this Taft Toreador team. Derek Taylor, their head coach. You know, they had the last possession, and we talked about that. I said that at the top of the show, Lou, that it would be a game of possessions, and that's what it came down to. The Toreadors had the last possession. Leuzinger playing great defense for 8.8 seconds in the game. And that shot put up by Bryce will, I'm certain, go down in the history of Taft Toreador basketball.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? That just reminded me of a championship ball game, and, you know, championship caliber. And you know, even all of the Leuzinger fans here, they said, hey, the guy beat us at the buzzer with a great shot.
Absolutely, at home. And again, they say home court's worth 3 points. Well, guess what? The margin in this game was 3. Head coach Mike Rios.
Mike Rios in the hizzy. He's doing well, looking good. And the fans, they're doing a good job here as well. And Rashawn Haylock is going to be getting some post-game interviews for us. And Amir Garrett had toughened up so much and did so much to even play in this ball game, and he was just overcome with emotions after the game, had to be consoled by his coaches. But what a season Amir Garrett has. He's got one more.
He's got one more. A couple more guys in this program have seasons left in them. But what a heck of a ride. You know, we can talk about this game, and it is what it is. It's a Leuzinger loss to end the season in the second round of the state Southern Regional Playoffs. However, there's a whole lot that you can be happy about. A whole lot of positive things happen. A team that at one point in the season, Lou, was 7-6. 7-6, ran off 21 straight wins. Okay?
That's right.
To get here, won the Bay League crown, went undefeated, 10-0. Then went into the Division 1A playoffs, had a great 5-game run, avenged last year's loss at the, and I about lost my breath. But that's probably the only saving grace maybe with this loss is that I'll have a couple of days doing these games every other night.
well, it puts a toll on your voice. Having said
Sure
that,
does.
though, they went in the playoffs, blew everybody out that they played. Loyola gave them a good game. They spotted Loyola 9 points, came back to win that game by 12, and then, of course, beat Santa Monica.
Let's go down to Rashawn Haylock.
Thanks a lot, guys. I'm here with Coach Reggie Morris. Your dad just told you he was proud of you. I'm sure maybe not exactly what you wanted to hear right now. Take us through that last play. And could it have been defended any better?
Nah, I thought as soon as it left his hand, I thought it didn't have a chance to go. I thought he was shooting a fadeaway 30-footer. But I mean, he's a really good player, so you got to tip your hat to him. He knocked it down. Good shot.
Upstairs, we looked at the free throws. What's the one thing that's going to stick out from this game?
Free throws for sure. Free throws and, hey, I mean, if you 15 for 28 from the free throw line, you lose by 3 at the buzzer, you easily had your fate in your own hands.
You talk about foul trouble. You guys play with foul trouble throughout the game. How about the way your team responded at the end of that first half, and also here to tie it at the end of, or near the end of regulation?
I knew we would never quit. I still, it's almost surreal that we lost. I just definitely thought we were going to win that game, and I thought once we got to overtime, the tide was going to turn for us. But, you know, he made a great play. He's a great player. You got to tip your hat to him.
Hey, you told me a couple weeks ago you're partial to your seniors. These guys bring Leuzinger the first championship, CIF championship in school history. Your first championship as a head coach. What's your lasting memory of these guys as they walk away playing their final game?
This was a loose bunch of guys who, when it came down to compete, they competed every second, and can't be more proud of all of them. So I'm glad I had the opportunity to coach them, and I'm just proud of my guys.
And we talked after the game on Saturday. You said this program is your baby. What do you think about the program as a whole, all that you brought to this program and what you've been able to accomplish here?
I'm just proud. I don't see this as the end. This is the beginning, and just being able to continue to build on what we've done and make a run.
Hey, Coach, we appreciate the time and class act as always.
Thank you.
As Coach Reggie Morris, Leuzinger falling here 66-63. Shot at the buzzer by Bryce Jones. It was a shot towards the end of the game when these two teams met back in December, and a shot at the buzzer here tonight that ends the fate of Leuzinger as they're out in the second round of the state playoffs for the second consecutive year. Guys, we'll send it back up to you.
This moment, this experience, this season, which in the 82-year history of Leuzinger High School has been the greatest basketball season in the history of the school. I'm just thankful, just glad to have been a part of it from where we sit, along with Lou and Rayshawn and the entire camera crew, to watch these guys, to watch the coaching staff, the players come out night after night after night and put on one of the most entertaining shows and play some of the highest quality high school basketball that I've ever seen, and I think that you'd ever see, Lou. I mean, it's been a heck of a ride.
What are you talking about? You've been here for a quarter of those 80 years. What are
exactly.
you talking about?
I was telling Colroy's mom that earlier, that of the 80, you're right, I've been here 22 of them, and that's why I say with sincerity, this season, fans, understand this, the greatest season of them all.
That's right. A terrific season for the Olympians. End up 25-7. And just one shot short, as a matter of fact, about 4 seconds short, actually no seconds short of overtime.
A tick of the clock.
That's it.
That was all it was.
That was the difference. And Bryce Jones with a dead-eye 3-point shot at the buzzer and a 66-63 win for the Taft Toreadors. I don't know if Rashawn, he's down there prowling looking for somebody else.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. I'm down here with DeLon Wright. This was a back-and-forth game, a heavyweight battle. Was it all that you expected that it would be, minus the end result?
Yeah, I expected us to be a close game because they're a good team, we're a good team.
And take us through that last play. What did you see? And obviously, it was great defense. No way that play could have been defended any better, but what did you see from your vantage point?
Oh, I saw him go on the screen, and they kind of switched and doubled, and he just shot it, made a lucky shot.
Throughout this game, you made that huge play right here, that layup that ended up tying the game. Even saw you crack a smile. Nothing that I don't see you crack a smile too often on the court. But as a player, what is it like to play in these types of games, state championships, two tough teams going at it back and forth?
Oh, I love it because not everybody is fortunate to make it to the playoffs and go as far as we did.
You accomplished a lot of great things. As you walk away here from Leuzinger, you wear this uniform for the final time. What is something that you're going to take away with this and remember about being a part of this program?
That CIF ring we just won. That's all I'm worried about.
Hey, congratulations. Still a champion, DeLon Wright. We appreciate the time. That's DeLon Wright. He says he's going to remember the championship from Saturday. First ever team to win a CIF title in some 80-plus years of the history of Leuzinger High School basketball. I'm down here with Tayshawn Burton. Tay, hampered by foul trouble throughout this game. You and a couple of your teammates as well. Talk about the fight and the resilience of this team, the way you guys were able to battle here tonight amongst all the foul trouble.
We battled pretty hard. You know, we played our heart out. We just came up a little bit short. We would love to have accomplished our second goal, which is win a state, but we still got our CIF championship to fall back on. So we're pretty proud to go out as seniors on at least accomplishing that goal.
There was a part in that second quarter where it looked like they were going to run away with it, but you had a big three. You also had a big offensive rebound and put back down here. Talk about that stretch right there as well, and what you put it upon your shoulders to do to try to keep yourselves in this game going into the locker room at halftime.
Oh, you know, I just tried to do my role on the team, you know, as a player, get offensive rebounds, shoot the ball when I'm open, do all the right things to help our team win. So we just went on our runs, and we unfortunately came up a little bit short.
And no doubt a tough way to go out, but what is it that you're going to take away from here, being a member of this Leuzinger High School basketball program?
You know, I'm going to take away pride. You know, Coach Morris, he taught us a lot of pride, how to be self-disciplined and work hard, you know, when nobody's looking. You know, just be a team, and hopefully you'll accomplish set goals that you can accomplish, and then you can just make it happen.
You still got a ring to show for it.
Yeah, still got a ring.
Hey, congratulations from me to you, Tayshawn. It's been a pleasure covering you these last few years on the gridiron and, of course, right here on the basketball court as well. This is Tayshawn Burton. Leuzinger falling here tonight at Taft, guys, but this guy did his part. He played his role. A tough all-around night for the Olympians, but they have nothing to hold their heads down about, guys.
For the winning Toreadors, 6 points for Mark Jackson, 21 points for Bryce Jones, and none bigger than that three-point shot he had to win the ball game. That's got to be his highlight of his young career. And 3 points for Pearson Williams. So the Leuzinger Olympians held him in check. 24 points to the unstoppable DeAndre Daniels, who also had a boatload of rebounds and blocks as well. But the 1-3-1 zone in the second half seemed to neutralize him a bit.
It certainly did. If they hadn't done that, I mean, we wouldn't have seen the game that we did. But again, great piece of coaching, great piece of playing by the Leuzinger players. And they've done that all season. We talk about the adjustments. You've made the point about the slow starts. They've spotted teams some points here and there. Then they figure it out. They figured it out tonight and got back in it. You know, that's the way the cookie crumbles, Lou. They only had a 1/10 of a second for that defense to hold just a little bit more. Guy throws up a lucky shot from way downtown.
Right.
It goes in. Season over.
Okay, and then Landon Drew had 3 points. Spencer Dinwiddie had 4, and Jordan Gathers had 6 points for a total of 66 for the Taft Toreadors, who continue on in the State Division I, go on to the semifinals against either Mater Dei or Rancho Verde. 26-5 is their record, and 7-0 here at the gymnasium, Thurman Gymnasium, Furlong Gymnasium, excuse me. Now for the Leuzinger Olympians, they have nothing to cry on their milk about. 16 points for DeLon Wright, 5 points for Akil Quinn, and Colroy Gordon fouled out with 10 points. And Amir Garrett had 14 points, and he had only 3 field goals, and those were all in the fourth quarter. 12 points for Tayshawn Burton, and 6 points for Chasen Williams, who played a tough game. And Jaquan Green, what can you say about that young man? He's got all of that experience now and 2 more years for the Olympians.
Absolutely, Jaquan. Obviously, man, what a tremendous amount of confidence that Coach Reggie Morris has in that young man as he demonstrated throughout the playoffs, inserting him into the starting lineup strategically, and he played well every time he was in there in order to conserve Chasen Williams' fouls and to make sure that Chasen would be around at the end of the game. Jaquan's a part of that lineup next year. There's a great batch of Olympians coming back next year. They've got a tall, you know, a big act to follow, though, just as this year's team did, though. So that's not to say it can't be done. This year's team had to follow a team that got to exactly the same spot. This year's team won a sectional title that last year's team came within 2 points of. They both go out in the second round of the state here this year at Taft. So next year's team? Will we see a three-peat? That's what we're looking for. Guys, Lance Booker, Jaquan Green, Brandon Randolph, a couple of you other guys, Trey
Eric
Anderson,
Childress.
Howard Robinson, Eric Childress. As you said, guys, you got your work cut out for you next year.
And
but
let's not forget Amir.
And let's not forget Amir. Boy, they'll have Amir leading them. And I think between Jaquan, Amir, and Lance Booker, whom we haven't seen a lot. You know, we've seen him, you know, in this playoff run, and we know what Lance can do, and his opportunity will clearly be there next year. Those are the guys that are the foundation. They know the system. They've been around. Coach Morris will build around them. He'll add other players, but he's going to depend on those guys. And again, Howard Robinson as well.
That's right.
And Jerry Blakes to lead
Xavier
the way.
Miles, is he back too?
Let's see. Is Xavier Miles back? Xavier wasn't on.
He's right down there.
Okay, Xavier, yeah, he's a sophomore. Okay. Well, he didn't have a number, so I don't know, but I think he will be. And Darius Middleton. They've got some guys that'll be back. This team will be okay. Don't worry about the fans. All you got to do now is get ready to go watch Amir throw some 93-mile-an-hour fastballs. If you're not a baseball fan, I'm going to tell you right now, that's something you ought to go see. Call them, say, when's Amir pitching? Get out there and watch him.
Probably once a week, I would imagine, and probably on every Friday you would see Amir Garrett throwing them low and inside to the right-handed pitchers and low and outside to the left-handed pitchers. Well, partner, what do you think?
Well, Rayshon's run out of people to interview. I think that's our clear sign that it's time.
That must mean the custodian told him no.
Exactly.
Well, all right.
We need to POG this thing before we go in.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so, wow, what a game it was. This was a grisly game for the Olympians. Probably the first one that we saw them play this year, and what a terrific game it was. Well, you had DeLon try to bring him up with 16 points. Amir playing on that turned ankle with 14 points, and Rashawn, how many rebounds did Amir have? Amir Garrett, yeah. So this is live to tape, folks.
And this is really a toss-up on the POG for this game, I tell you. The last two games, of course, fans, you heard me say I got my mind made up and I ain't changing it. I don't have a clue right now. I mean, because so many different guys contributed and contributed well. I mean, we just need to kind of figure this one out.
Amir had 14 points, 9 rebounds, 6 offensive rebounds.
Okay.
On one leg.
All right.
Okay. And then
I see where you lean in.
Tayshawn Burton with 12 points, and then Chasen Williams only had 6 points, but none bigger than the bucket that tied the ball game at 63. And every time he came in the ball game, Rufus, he had something going, and he was just there in the right place at the right time.
Had a couple of big boards. Yes, he did. Couldn't get a shot going sometimes, but he had a good night. Now, Chasen, don't get me wrong, Chasen was our first POG of the season. Okay, we know what he can do, without a doubt. Rayshawn, who you got, man?
For your player of the game. DeLon, okay, he wants to take DeLon right. How many rebounds did he have? 16 points and 8 rebounds.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's do this. We can individually recognize somebody, or considering that for these guys, for a bunch of them who have the SR beside their name as seniors, this was indeed the last roundup.
All right, well then how about all of the seniors? The senior class? Okay, the senior class led by DeLon Wright. How about that? Okay, so DeLon Wright and Akeel Quinn, Colroy Gordon, DeQuincy Bradshaw, DeAndre Minor, and Tayshawn Burton, Jerry Halligan, and also Chasen Williams. You are our POG, our player of the game for the Leuzinger Olympians. Congratulations, what a season it was. I'm not going to forget this one.
Absolutely, you have nothing to be ashamed of. As I said, you had the greatest season in the history of Leuzinger basketball.
That's right, okay, all right, well, here's the box.
We're done.
I only got one hand, so one bow here. Come here and help me with this bow. Help me with the bow there. Pull this one tight. There you go. All right, we're going to put this one up in the shelf, and want to thank Rashawn Haylock and my pal Rufus Washington for putting up with me for, 5 years now? 6 years? I forgot. I also want to thank Francisco Castillo and Eric Chavez, and as always, our fearless leader, Tom Strickfadden. and Larry Bender as well. And I want to thank you for putting up with us all year long. And we can't wait to, well, maybe we'll get a baseball game in here, or we'll see you around football time once again. Now, once again, for Rashawn and Rufus, I'm Lou Stowers telling you the final score from Furlong Gym on the campus of Taft High School. The Toreadors 63, the Olympian, or 66, the Olympians 63. Until next time, so long.